Hi Dave, welcome to the show. Could you tell us a bit about your role, your current role, what you're overseeing?
Sure, yeah. So I've been at CCP for about 3 years now. About 6 months into my tenure, I created the role of QA director. We decided that QA needed a little bit more of a, hierarchical structure with room for people to grow. So we split up the managerial and directorial duties, and I mainly focus on the high-level strategy vision for the quality bar of EVE Online and fostering a culture of, whole team quality.
EVE Online, let's start there, if we can. You're receiving a lot of attention for that work currently. What's been most surprising about the past few months?
I mean, I don't know if I'd call it particularly surprising, but it's always just really pleasant to see the players really, getting out there and making their stories heard. Getting picked up by Kotaku and 10 Ton Hammer and whatnot is the norm, but we've recently been mentioned in BBC, Financial Times, New York Times, serious publications. I really think that that's just the nature of the game lending itself to be, a great game to read about. In fact, I've heard many people say that they actually prefer to read about it than play it because it's so damn difficult.
Excellent. The key word there seems to be sort of innovation, I would say. Given that this is an industry that's moving quite fast and there is a lot of innovation needed for the area of quality assurance and localization, what are you seeing as perhaps the most interesting progress being made?
Well, CCP is definitely a company that likes to buck trends. So while, everyone else is innovating, we're actually eating our vegetables right now. We've been on a 2 to 3 year refactor where we try and do less, we call them Jesus features, but less high-reaching things that are quite difficult to crank out in 6 months in one iteration. And really go back to the core of the game and make sure that everything's just running real smooth. As a result of that, naturally QA are extremely involved because when you refactor anything, you create a minefield of possibilities, particularly an 11-year-old code base. And I guess the other noteworthy thing that QA do at CCP is that they're developers first and foremost. The word tester is not allowed in our company. We focus on embedding them within the teams, making sure that they're at the forefront of strategizing, even from the most early stages of design, and then they continue that involvement through each stage of the product.
It's an exciting time, but with a conference like this, I think everyone brings with them a question or a problem that they would want an answer to from other people in the same boat. So what are you seeing as perhaps the major challenges that we could all face together?
I'm most interested in hearing about the latest and greatest in automation because it's one area that we're very far behind in, I would say. As a few of the speakers have said already, if you start from the ground up with, say, test-driven development or one of those, those methodologies, then it's nice and easy. But when you're working with a rickety old code base and you're having to continually factor to get any sort of coverage in there, otherwise you're just sort of shoehorning in a square peg into a round hole. So I'm interested to hear, particularly from companies like Jagex, what they're doing with their longer-running live games in terms of automation and what progress they've managed to make there.
Of course, a lot of that focus there would be on the technology, but what about the people and the culture behind that? Is that something you're seeing enough focus on?
That's very much my baby, I guess, and I'm really looking forward to getting the whole team quality speech out there and bringing people and culture to the forefront of the discussions. I think there's going to be a couple of controversial points in there, and I think we'll get some very lively debate out of it.
Glad to hear it. For this event specifically, is it something that you're able to get a lot out of in value for yourself, other than just presenting for us here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, making connections with these people is going to be invaluable in the years to come, and I really hope, as Thomas said from Unity, that we do start banding together more, because we can let the product guys care about the products and the competition there. We're all in the same boat. We're all trying to do the same thing, which is just make really high quality products and make sure that they're as user friendly and as accessible as possible. And I think no one's got the secret formula, so there's no reason to be keeping secrets from each other.
And just finally, how will this event aid you in that endeavour?
I kind of hope to make some strong enough connections and possibly look at reinvigorating the QA Alliance, I think was Aaron's turn of phrase for it, that started last year but just petered out a little bit due to an unfortunate change in leadership. I'm hoping that we can get some people on board for that and really make a difference. Also interfacing with the universities that are here, the guys from Abertay and Staffordshire and any others that might be around. really looking forward to getting that, I don't know, a little test bed of new people coming through.
Well, we've looked forward to having you here, and we're glad you are.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.